Did see a point on the road to kick off the new year. What was your take on the performance?
First half wasn't acceptable. Just to be honest, we weren't at it. We were sloppy. We didn't look like good players. Every single one of us, including myself, got a rollicking at half time, rightly so. And second half, we was better. We weren't amazing, but we was better. More that we should be, more attacking, more on the front foot. Got a goal, had chances to get another one. A point on the road, but a game, of two halves of football.
Do you feel a little hard done to in respect to the fact that, Wigan didn't create a lot? We had a lot of good chances, yet we still find ourselves on with a point?
Yeah, it's just like, first shot they have, first goal, it's just like, we do all the work and the prep, Connor, the staff, they do all this tactical work, every single detail. And then, first shot on target, it's a goal and we're up a wall, and then the confidence goes a little bit, there's a bit of anxiety, and then we just once one pass goes loose, another one, and then we're all over the shop. Not all over the shop, but we're just not ourselves, not showing the players that we are. And then we had to have some home truths at half time when we come out second half, and it was better.
And part and parcel, of course, of going behind is the fact that the opposition probably happier just to sort of sit back and not press as intently, which doesn't create as much space for you guys. On the pitch, how do you sort of deal with that?
It's hard, yeah. Like I say, we go through every tactical detail. We knew that they were going to sit back. They like to do that. We had ways to try work them down. But like I say, going down 1-0, it's harder because they drop even deeper, and we want to find little spaces and play through. But it was tough. They had men behind the ball, so that's how we found it hard in the first half. But second half, it was just more just aggressive, more on the front foot, more belief, and then once you have a little 10-minute spell in football, the confidence comes and they get agitated, their fans get agitated, we're on the up. It just changes. I played the game for a long time. I know that it can change just like that. So it happened, and we got a point at the end of the day.
Of course, it's not as easy as this, but is it almost as if you can bottle that second half performance up and take that into Port Vale and the following games?
Yeah, but how many times have we said that in this season about halves? And we've had so many different halves. No one knows what we're going to do. That's not down to how we train or how to play. We train, we work hard, we have meetings, we know everything that the team's going to do, we have every detail going for us. But it's just putting it together sometimes. And, we've got to work it out. If we had a crystal ball, we could make it, we knew how to do it, then we would change it. But, it's football. Like, every team wants to win, every team wants to play well. Sometimes you're not going to be on the races, but you've got to work, you've got to be solid, you've got to not be able to easily concede goals, and that's what we've got to do. So even if we're off it at some times, we've got to be really solid.
Connor and the club in general have made no secret of the fact they want to bring in young, hungry players that want to learn and improve. But also, does that place a really big importance on yourself and the more senior members of the squad to sort of be there for them when they need it?
Yeah, for sure. I've got kids older than some of these boys, so I do see myself as like a father figure. So I know my role. I know I hear people speak about my standards and things like that. That isn't fake. That's me every day, training hard, working hard, first one in. I want to improve myself. I know that my career's soon will be over, not yet, but I'm fighting a year. These boys have got a lot of years to give. So if they can see me at my age, wanting to train every day, wanting to be better. I've been on the bench on the past few weeks, been training. I'm doing extra. I'm working hard. I'm trying to make myself available. And then when I got a chance today, I knew I just wanted to do anything. I got an assist. I did okay. Nothing special. I got way more in the locker. I got if I get another chance, I've got to take it again. I want to play. It doesn't matter how old I am. But if not, then I'll be on the sideline. Helping these young boys because I hold them all dear to my heart. They're all good guys. They all want to learn. They all want to play the right way. So I know my role in the club.
And as you say, you've been in the game a long time. You've seen a lot of things. You've experienced a lot of things. Does this little run, this little blip in the season, are you confident that can just happen just as quickly in the right way for us going forward? Every
season in my career, there's been a blip in no matter what. Been promoted. I've been in the playoffs 5-6 times. I've been relegated. I know how it goes. You don't win every game. You don't just cruise through every game. There's blips. There's you know, people are out of form. There's injuries. There's everything. You know, these things. But I tell you what, you know, when you get through these times, and then you win a few, you know, it feels double sweet because you have to grind. You know, that's where it comes from. When you not having a good run of results, you don't go out there and play tippy-tappy football nice. You know, you gotta really like dig deep, and you gotta run. You gotta do the hard yards every day, not just on the pitch. You gotta do it in training, and the boys are doing that, and it will turn. And then we will get wins, and then, you know, we'll be looking where we should be.
And to finish, Port Vale up next, a team I think you'll have known from last season in League Two. Tough place to go, as we've already seen this season. Just your other thoughts on that one?
Another game, you know, every game's tough no matter who it is, you know. If it's the Lutons, the Wigans, or the Plymouths, or the Bradfords, or anyone, it's tough, you know. They obviously looked at the results, they won 5-1, so new manager syndrome, you know, it'll be tough. Their place will be a good atmosphere. It's a hard place to go. But, you know, we got to see who wants it, you know. We go there and let's show them who's men, and we got to compete, we got to fight, and then hopefully our quality will come through.